Hello there, and welcome to the Sleepy Nature channel. Take a deep breath with me now. Let the air fill your lungs slowly, gently, and as you breathe out, feel your shoulders drop just a little. Good. Tonight, we're going to wander together through something you see every day, but might never have truly rested with: the blue sky above you. Not as a science lesson, but as a soft conversation between you and the light itself. So, settle in, let your body sink into comfort, and let's drift upward together into that endless blue. The sky has been blue since long before you were born, long before anyone you've ever known looked up and wondered. It's been blue over deserts and oceans, over your grandmother's childhood home, over forests that no longer exist. The blue sky is a kind of ancient friend, always there, always gentle, asking nothing of you. When you were very small, perhaps you lay on your back in the grass and stared up at that blue. Maybe you tried to find where it ended, where it turned into something else. And maybe in that moment, you felt how big the world was. Not in a frightening way, but in a way that made you feel held by something vast and soft. The blue you see is made of light, not the light of a lamp or a screen, but sunlight, the kind that travels 93 million miles just to reach your face. It leaves the sun as white light, pure and complete, carrying all the colors you've ever seen woven together in one invisible thread. As that light moves through space, it's alone. Space is mostly emptiness, quiet and dark, and the light just travels, steady and patient, like a message sent across an ocean. It doesn't change color out there. It stays whole. It's only when it reaches you, when it touches the air around Earth, that something beautiful happens. The air you breathe, the atmosphere wrapped around this planet like a blanket, is full of tiny, invisible things. Molecules of nitrogen and oxygen, so small you could fit billions of them on the head of a pin. They float there, drifting, unnoticed, doing their quiet work of keeping you alive. And when sunlight meets them, it scatters. Imagine you're holding a handful of sand and you toss it gently into the air. The grains spread out, each one catching the light differently. That's a bit like what happens when sunlight hits those molecules. The light bounces, breaks apart, scatters in all directions. And here's the gentle secret. Blue light scatters more than any other color. Blue light has a shorter wave, a quicker rhythm, like small ripples on a pond. Red light has a longer wave, slower, like the rolling swells of the ocean. When light hits those tiny molecules in the air, the blue gets tossed around more easily. It bounces from molecule to molecule, spreading across the whole sky, filling it with that soft, endless color. So, when you look up during the day, you're not seeing the sun's light directly most of the time. You're seeing blue light that has been scattered, that has danced through the air and reached your eyes from every direction. The whole sky becomes a glowing screen of blue, lit from within. If Earth had no atmosphere, if you stood on the moon and looked up, the sky would be black even in the daytime. The sun would be a brilliant white dot in darkness, and stars would shine beside it. But here, with air around you, with those invisible molecules doing their quiet work, you get blue. You get softness. You get a sky that feels like shelter. On a clear morning, the blue is pale and fresh, almost silver at the edges. It's the color of new beginnings, of dew drying on grass, of the world waking slowly. There's a gentleness to morning blue, as if the sky itself is still a little sleepy, not quite ready to be its brightest self. By midday, the blue deepens, the sun climbs high, and the light has less atmosphere to travel through before it reaches you. The scattering is strong, pure, and the sky becomes a rich, steady blue, the kind you could fall into, the kind that makes you feel small and safe at the same time. In the late afternoon, something shifts. The sun begins its slow descent, and the light has to travel through more and more air, more and more molecules. The blue light scatters so much that it almost disappears, bouncing away from your line of sight. What's left is the red and orange and pink, the colors with longer waves that can push through all that distance. That's why sunsets glow warm. The blue has done its work and stepped aside. But even then, if you turn your gaze away from the setting sun and look at the rest of the sky, you might still see blue lingering there. It's quieter now, softer, mixed with violet and lavender. The sky is saying goodnight, slowly, tenderly. On days when clouds fill the sky, the blue hides. Clouds are made of water droplets, much larger than air molecules, and they scatter all colors of light equally. That's why clouds are white or gray, not blue. They take the whole rainbow and mix it back together. But even on cloudy days, the blue is still there, above the clouds, waiting. If you've ever flown in an airplane and broken through the cloud layer, you know. The blue is always there, patient and unchanging. There are places on Earth where the blue seems different. In the mountains, the air is thinner, and the blue is darker, almost cobalt. There are fewer molecules to scatter the light, so the color deepens, becomes more intense. In the desert, dust and heat shimmer in the air, and the blue can look pale, almost white at the horizon, as if the sky is blending into the sand. Near the ocean, the blue of the sky and the blue of the water sometimes meet in a way that makes it hard to tell where one ends and the other begins. The water reflects the sky, and the sky seems to pour itself into the sea. You stand between two blues, held gently in that space, and the world feels whole. Children often ask why the sky is blue, and the answer is usually about science, about wavelengths and scattering. But maybe the better answer is simply this. The sky is blue because light knows how to play. It touches the air, and the air sends it dancing in all directions. And you, standing there, looking up, get to see the result. You get to be wrapped in blue. The blue sky is a gift you didn't ask for and don't have to earn. It's there for everyone, always, no matter where you are or what you're feeling. It asks nothing of you. It just is. The blue you see above you is not actually a thing you can touch. It's not painted there. It's not a dome. It's light meeting air, a conversation happening between the sun and the atmosphere, and you are simply lucky enough to witness it. The blue is made new every single moment. Every second, light scatters, molecules bounce photons, and the sky glows again. If you could freeze time and capture a single moment of that blue, it would vanish. The blue doesn't exist in stillness. It exists only in motion, only in the constant, gentle collision of light and air. It's a living thing in a way, always being born. Some cultures see the sky as a god, a spirit, a guardian. They look up and feel something watching over them, something vast and kind. And maybe they're right. Maybe the blue is a kind of presence, not conscious but constant. Always there, always covering you. On a lazy afternoon, When you have nowhere to be, lie down somewhere comfortable and just watch the sky. Don't look for anything. Don't try to understand. Just let your eyes rest on that blue. Watch how it doesn't change, and yet somehow always feels different. Notice how it never shouts, never demands. It just exists, softly, endlessly. Birds cross through the blue, small silhouettes. They move through it as if it's water swimming across the sky. The blue holds them, cradles them. From the ground, you watch, and the sky feels deeper because of those birds, more real, more touchable. Airplanes leave white trails behind them, thin lines cutting through the blue. Those trails are made of ice crystals, water vapor frozen in the cold, high air. They spread slowly, softening at the edges, and eventually they fade. The blue absorbs them, takes them back, and the sky is unmarked again. If you live in a city, light pollution at night can wash out the stars, but during the day, the blue is still there. Doesn't matter how many buildings surround you. Look up between skyscrapers, and there it is, that same blue, unchanged by concrete or steel. The sky belongs to everyone, even in the busiest places. In winter, in certain parts of the world, the blue can look sharper, colder, as if the air itself is more awake. The molecules are closer together in cold air, and the light scatters with a crispness that almost stings. But it's still beautiful. It's still gentle in its own way, like a clear bell ringing softly. In summer, the heat makes the air shimmer, and the blue can look hazy, softer, as if the sky is melting a little at the edges. The light has to travel through layers of warm and cool air, and it bends, wavers. The blue becomes dreamy, almost unreal. At the equator, the sun is almost directly overhead most of the year, and the blue there is intense, saturated, because the light passes through less atmosphere. The sky feels closer, brighter, more present. At the poles, the sun stays low even in summer, and the blue is gentler, stretched across the horizon in long, quiet bands. There are rare days when the sky is so clear, so perfectly blue, that it almost hurts to look at, not because it's too bright, but because it's too beautiful. Your eyes want to hold it, to keep it, but you can't. It's there, and then the moment passes, and you're left with just the memory of that perfect blue. The blue sky is ancient. It's been here since Earth first had an atmosphere, billions of years ago. Dinosaurs looked up at this blue. Early humans, just learning to stand upright, saw this blue. Every person who has ever lived has shared this sky with you. You're part of a long, unbroken line of people who have looked up and wondered and felt something wordless. The blue doesn't judge you. It doesn't care if you're happy or sad, if you've done well or poorly, if you're lost or found. It's just there, steady, offering itself without condition. On your worst day, the sky is still blue. On your best day, the same blue is there. It's a kind of constancy that's rare in life. Sometimes when you're feeling unmoored, it helps to look up. The blue reminds you that some things don't change. Some things are reliable. The sky will be blue tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that. It's a small comfort, but it's real. Poets write about the blue sky as if it's a feeling, and maybe it is. Maybe blue is what peace looks like, what stillness sounds like, if it had a color. When you say, quote, zero, you mean sadness. But when you see blue in the sky, it's the opposite. It's calm, it's breath, it's space. The sky is blue because of physics, yes, because of the way light behaves, the way air is made, that specific distance between Earth and Sun. But it's also blue because you're here to see it. Without eyes to perceive that scattered light, the blue wouldn't exist, not really. You complete the blue just by looking up. If you've ever been outside just before a storm, you've seen the blue disappear. The sky turns gray, heavy, and you feel the change in your body. The air thickens. The blue is gone, hidden behind clouds full of rain. And then, after the storm passes, the blue returns. It comes back slowly, carefully, like someone opening a door to check if it's safe. And when it's fully back, the world feels washed clean. After rain, the blue can be the clearest, the brightest. The air is clean, the dust washed away, and the light scatters through a purer atmosphere. The blue almost glows. Colors everywhere seem brighter against it. Flowers look more vivid. Grass looks greener. The world feels new again. There's a moment, sometimes right at dawn or dusk, when the sky is many colors at once. The blue is still there, but it's mixed with pink and orange and purple. It's as if the sky can't decide what it wants to be, so it becomes everything. Those moments don't last long, but while they do, the sky feels like a gift wrapped just for you. The blue sky is not the same everywhere on Earth, not in every moment. It shifts, breathes, changes with the weather, the season, the time of day. But it's always recognizably itself, always that particular hue that your eyes know without thinking, always that color that means day, that means open, that means safe. If you've ever been at sea, far from land, you know how the sky and the water become mirrors of each other. The blue above and the blue below, and you floating between them. It's disorienting and comforting at the same time. You realize how small you are, but also how held you are by these two vast blues. Sailors have always looked to the sky. A clear blue means calm weather, safe passage. A change in the blue, a darkening, a shift in tone, means something is coming. The sky is a language if you learn to read it, and the blue is the word for peace. Artists spend lifetimes trying to capture the blue of the sky. They mix paint, layer it on canvas, but it's never quite right. The blue of the sky is too alive, too shifting. It can't be pinned down. Painters know this, but they try anyway because the blue is too beautiful not to try. In photographs, the sky's blue sometimes looks too bright, too saturated, almost fake. But that's just how cameras see. Your eyes adjust, soften, interpret. They know how to make the blue feel real, feel gentle. Technology tries to mimic what your eyes do naturally, but it's never quite the same. Children draw the sky as a blue strip across the top of the page. Below it, they draw the ground, green or brown, and in between, they place everything else, houses, trees, people. The blue is always there at the top, holding everything else in place. Even in a child's simple drawing, the blue sky does its work. Some days, the blue is so pale, it's almost white. The light is soft, diffused, scattered so much that the color fades. Those are the days when the world feels quiet, when everything seems to move a little slower. The pale blue is like a whisper, like the sky saying, underscore. Quote, underscore for, underscore. Other days, the blue is deep and strong, almost electric. Those are the days when the air is cold and clear, when the light is sharp. The deep blue is like a bell ringing, like the sky saying, quote, 5. If you've ever climbed a mountain, you've seen how the blue changes with altitude. At the base, the blue is soft, mixed with haze and distance. As you climb, the air thins and the blue deepens. By the time you reach the summit, the blue is darker, richer, almost purple at the zenith. You're closer to space, closer to the edge of the atmosphere, and the blue shows you that closeness. At the summit, the world feels different. The blue sky presses down on you, or maybe you're pressing up into it. The line between earth and sky feels thinner. You're standing in a place where the blue is more itself, more pure, and you feel like you're part of something ancient and quiet. The air at high altitudes is colder, drier, and the molecules are farther apart. There's less to scatter the light, so the blue doesn't soften. It stays intense. It's a different kind of blue, a blue that feels wild and untamed, a blue that doesn't belong to the lowlands. If you've ever been in a desert, you've seen the blue meet the horizon in a way that's almost harsh. The land is flat, empty, and the blue stretches out forever, unbroken. There are no trees to interrupt, no hills to soften the line, just sand and blue, earth and sky, meeting in a sharp, clean edge. In the desert, the blue can feel overwhelming. There's so much of it, so much space, so much light. You squint against it, you cover your eyes, but even as you do, you know the blue is beautiful, even if it's too much. Beauty can be overwhelming. Vastness can be overwhelming, but it's still a gift. In the rainforest, you rarely see the blue sky. The canopy is thick, green, lush, and it blocks the view. You walk in shade, in filtered light, and the blue is just a suggestion, a hint between the leaves. But you know it's there. Above all, that green, constant, and patient. When you finally emerge from the forest, when you reach a clearing or a riverbank, the blue opens up above you, and it feels like a revelation. You'd almost forgotten it was there. You've been living under green for so long that the blue feels new again, fresh, like meeting an old friend after a long absence. The blue sky has moods, or at least it seems that way. Some days it feels cheerful, bright, inviting. Other days it feels distant, cold, indifferent. But those are your moods, not the sky's. The sky just is. It doesn't have feelings, but it holds yours, reflects them back to you, gives you a place to put them. When you're happy, the blue sky seems to celebrate with you. When you're sad, the blue sky feels too cheerful, almost mocking. When you're calm, the blue sky is exactly right, exactly what you need. The sky is a mirror, but a gentle one. It doesn't judge what it reflects. There are scientific instruments that measure the exact shade of blue in the sky. They can tell you the wavelength, the intensity, the saturation. They can quantify the blue, turn it into numbers and graphs. But numbers don't tell you what it feels like to lie on your back and stare up into that blue until you forget where you end and the sky begins. Some animals see the sky differently than you do. Birds, with their sharp eyes, see ultraviolet light that you can't. To them, the sky might have colors and patterns you'll never know. Bees see the world in a different spectrum, and the blue sky might look strange to them, alien. But you see the blue the way you see it, and that's enough. Your eyes have evolved over millions of years to see this blue. The cones in your retina are tuned to detect the wavelengths that the sky offers. You are built in a small but real way to perceive this beauty. Your body knows how to take in the blue and make sense of it, make it part of your experience. The blue sky is a constant companion, even when you're not thinking about it. It's there when you wake up, there when you go about your day, there when you finally pause and look up. It's the background of your life, the canvas on which everything else is painted. Some mornings, you wake before the sun. The sky is dark, deep blue or black, and stars are still visible. You watch as the darkness slowly lifts, as the blue begins to emerge, soft and tentative at first. It's like watching the world remember itself, remember color, remember light. That early blue, the blue of pre-dawn, is different from any other blue. It's cool, quiet, almost dreamlike. It's the color of possibility, of a day that hasn't yet been shaped. Anything could happen. The blue holds all of it, patient and still. As the sun rises, the blue brightens, warms, becomes more familiar. But for a few minutes, in that in-between time, the blue is something special. It's the blue of transition, of change, of the world turning from night to day. It's a blue that doesn't last, but that's what makes it precious. If you're a morning person, you know this blue. You've seen it many times. It's an old friend. If you're not a morning person, maybe you've missed it, but it's always there, waiting for you. The blue doesn't mind if you sleep through it. It will come again tomorrow and the day after, endlessly generous. The blue of midday is the blue most people think of when they imagine the sky. It's the default blue, the standard. But even this blue is never exactly the same twice. The air is always slightly different. The humidity, the dust, the season. The blue shifts subtly, constantly, even when it seems unchanging. On hot summer days, the blue can seem to vibrate with heat. The air shimmers and the blue wavers at the edges, unstable. You can almost feel the heat rising from the ground, distorting the light, bending the blue into strange shapes. But it's still there, still holding everything together. In the middle of winter, on a cold, clear day, the blue is sharp and still. The cold air is dense, and the blue feels solid, almost brittle. It's a blue that doesn't move, doesn't breathe. It just is, frozen in place, beautiful and a little stern. The blue sky in spring is soft, fresh, new. It's the blue of beginnings, of flowers blooming, of birds returning. There's a gentleness to spring blue, a hopefulness. The world is waking up, and the blue reflects that waking. In autumn, the blue is rich and deep, set against the reds and oranges and yellows of falling leaves. The contrast is striking. The warm colors of the trees make the blue seem cooler, more distant. But it's still the same blue, still the same sky, just seen through the lens of a different season. Seasons change, but the blue is always there. It's one of the few constants in a world that's always shifting. The blue is a kind of home, a place you can always return to just by looking up. Some people find comfort in the blue sky. They look up when they're anxious or afraid, and the blue reminds them that the world is bigger than their worries. It gives them perspective, space, breath. The blue doesn't solve anything, but it helps. It's a reminder that you're part of something vast and ongoing. Other people barely notice the sky. They live their lives indoors, under artificial light, and the blue is something glimpsed through windows, incidental. But even for them, even without noticing, the blue is there. It's there when they walk to their car, when they step outside for a moment, When they travel, the blue is patient with everyone, noticed or not. Children notice the sky more than adults do. They have the time, the curiosity, the wonder. They ask questions. Why is it blue? Where does it end? Can we touch it? And those questions are beautiful because they come from a place of genuine wonder, not from a need to know, but from a desire to understand, to connect. Adults often stop asking those questions. They know the answers, or they think they do, and the questions seem childish. But maybe there's value in staying curious, in looking at the blue sky and still feeling wonder, even if you know about wavelengths and scattering. Knowledge doesn't have to erase wonder. It can deepen it. The blue sky has been the witness to all of human history. Wars have been fought under this blue. Love has bloomed under this blue. People have been born, have lived, have died, all under this same blue. The sky doesn't remember any of it, but it was there. It's always there. When you feel alone, look up. The blue sky is the same blue that someone across the world is seeing. Maybe not at the same moment because of time zones and the turning of the earth, but the same blue nonetheless. You're connected to everyone who has ever looked up at this sky, everyone who ever will. The blue is a thread that ties all of humanity together. There's something deeply democratic about the sky. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, how much money you have. The blue sky is yours just as much as it's anyone else's. It can't be owned, can't be hoarded, can't be taken away. It's a common inheritance, a gift that belongs to everyone. On days when the world feels divided, when people seem far apart, the blue sky is a reminder of what's shared. We all live under this sky. We all breathe this air. The light that reaches you has scattered through the same atmosphere that everyone else breathes. The blue connects us, whether we realize it or not. The blue above you is older than civilization, older than language, older than thought itself. It's been here since the earth first had an atmosphere thick enough to scatter light. For billions of years, the sky has been blue, unwitnessed for most of that time, just existing, just being. Long before there were eyes to see it, the blue was here. The sun shone, the light scattered, the molecules bounced photons in all directions, and the sky glowed blue. It didn't matter that no one was watching. The blue happened anyway, patient and constant, waiting for someone to notice. The first simple organisms that developed light-sensitive cells didn't see blue the way you do. They saw light and dark, maybe some vague sense of direction. But over millions of years, eyes evolved, became more complex, and eventually, something looked up and saw blue. Saw the sky not just as a source of light, but as a thing of beauty, a thing to wonder at. You're the inheritor of those ancient eyes, refined and perfected over countless generations. Your ability to see blue is a gift from your ancestors, passed down through time. Every person who looked at the sky and felt something contributed in a small way to your ability to stand here now and see this blue. The blue sky doesn't need you to exist, but in a strange way, it needs you to be blue. Without an observer, the scattered light is just photons bouncing around. It's your eye, your brain, that interprets those photons as blue, that gives them meaning, that turns physics into beauty. You create the blue just by seeing it, not in a literal sense, but in the sense that the blue as an experience, as a feeling, as a color, only exists in the interaction between light and your perception. The universe provides the raw material, and you complete it. Some philosophers say that the blue sky is proof that the world is made for us, that it's beautiful because we're here to see it. Others say that we find it beautiful because we evolved in a world with a blue sky, and our sense of beauty adapted to fit. Either way, the result is the same. You look up, and the blue touches something deep inside you. On a clear day, the blue can seem infinite. It stretches out forever, no beginning, no end, just blue and more blue. Your mind tries to grasp the size of it, the depth, but can't quite manage. It's too big, and that's okay. Not everything needs to be understood. Some things just need to be experienced. The blue is a kind of meditation if you let it be. Lie down, look up, and let your eyes rest on that blue. Don't think about it. Don't analyze it. Just see it. Let it fill your vision, your mind. Let the blue be all there is for a moment. As you watch, you might notice that the blue isn't perfectly uniform. There are slight variations, gradations. It's darker straight above you, lighter near the horizon. The blue deepens and fades in a gradient so subtle you almost don't notice, but it's there. The sky has texture, depth, even though it seems flat. Near the horizon, the blue often fades to white or pale blue. This is because you're looking through more atmosphere. When you look toward the horizon, the light has to travel through more air, more molecules, and it scatters so much that the blue mixes with other colors and becomes pale. The horizon is where the blue loses itself, blends into something softer. If you watch the horizon long enough, you might see a band of darker blue or even a greenish tinge just above the horizon. This is caused by different layers of atmosphere, different temperatures, different densities of air. The light bends and shifts as it passes through these layers, and the colors change. The sky is more complex than it seems, more layered, more alive. On hazy days, the blue is less distinct. Pollution, dust, water vapor in the air scatter light in different ways, and the blue becomes milky, indistinct. The sky looks washed out, tired, but even then, the blue is there, just hidden. On those days, you appreciate clear blue skies more, realize how special they are. The blue sky is a luxury you don't often think about. Clean air, clear atmosphere, the right distance from the sun. All of these things have to be just right for the blue to exist. Earth is the only planet in our solar system with a sky that looks like this. Mars has a butterscotch sky. Venus is hidden under thick clouds. Jupiter's atmosphere swirls with bands of color, but no blue like this. Earth's blue is unique, special, rare. If you could visit other planets, you'd miss this blue. You'd look up and see something strange, something wrong, and you'd realize how much you took the blue for granted. The blue sky is part of what makes Earth home. It's part of your identity, even if you've never thought about it that way. Astronauts in space look back at Earth and see a blue planet. From that distance, the atmosphere is a thin blue shell wrapped around the world, fragile and beautiful. They see how small it is, how delicate, how precious, and they see the blue, that same blue you see when you look up, but from the outside, and it's breathtaking. Many astronauts say that seeing Earth from space changed them. They saw the blue planet hanging in black space, and they understood, in a way they never had before, how interconnected everything is, how fragile, how beautiful. The blue from space is a reminder of home, of life, of everything that matters. But you don't need to go to space to feel that. You can lie here on the ground, looking up and feel it too. The blue above you is the same blue they see from above. You're on opposite sides of it, but it's the same blue, holding all of life, all of Earth, in its gentle embrace. The blue is a boundary and a gateway. It separates you from space, from the cold and dark and emptiness beyond. But it also connects you to the sun, to light, to warmth. The blue is where Earth ends and the universe begins, and it's the most beautiful border you could imagine. When you look at the blue sky, you're looking at the edge of everything you know. Beyond that blue, just a few miles up, the air thins to almost nothing. The blue fades to black. The stars come out even in daylight. The blue is a thin veil, all that stands between you and the vastness of space. But what a veil it is, soft, glowing, protective. The blue sky is like a blanket over the world, keeping things safe, keeping things warm. It's made of air, of nothing solid, but it feels substantial. It feels real. It feels like safety. The molecules that scatter the light and create the blue are the same molecules you breathe. Nitrogen, oxygen, a bit of argon, traces of other gases. The air that gives you life is the air that gives you blue. Every breath you take is connected to the sky above you. You're part of the blue, in a way. You're made of the same stuff. When you breathe in, you're pulling the sky into your lungs. When you breathe out, you're returning it. There's a constant exchange, a give and take, between you and the atmosphere. The blue above and the air within are connected, flowing, moving, alive. Think about that for a moment. The blue you see is made of air, and air is made of molecules, and molecules are made of atoms. And atoms are mostly empty space, with tiny particles held together by forces you can't see. The blue sky, so solid and real seeming, is mostly emptiness. It's a trick of light and physics, and yet it's beautiful. It's real in the way that matters. On a peaceful afternoon, when the world is quiet and you have nothing pressing to do, take a moment to really see the blue. Not just glance at it, but truly see it. Notice the shade, the depth, the way it makes you feel. Notice how it changes the colors of everything beneath it, how it casts a blue tint on white clouds, on distant mountains, on anything light-colored. The blue sky is a filter. It colors the world in subtle ways. Shadows are slightly blue, especially in full daylight. The light that reaches you has been scattered, has passed through blue, and it carries that blue with it. The world is bathed in blue light, even when you don't realize it. Painters know this. They add blue to their shadows to make them look real. They understand that shadows aren't just darker versions of colors. They're cooler, bluer, because of the sky. The blue is everywhere, even in the places where it seems absent. If you've ever been in a snowstorm, you've seen how the sky disappears. The blue is replaced by gray, by white, by the falling snow. The world becomes small, enclosed. The blue is gone, hidden, and you feel the loss of it, even if you don't consciously notice. The blue means openness. Without it, the world feels closed in. But after the storm, when the clouds clear and the sun comes out, the blue returns. And it's stunning against the white snow. The contrast is sharp, clean, almost painful in its beauty. The blue sky over fresh snow is one of the most striking sights in nature, simple and perfect. In tropical places, the blue can be almost turquoise, lighter and warmer than in temperate zones. The air is humid, full of moisture, and the light scatters differently. The blue takes on a softness, a warmth, that feels different from the cool blue of northern skies. But it's still the same blue, just filtered through different air, different conditions. Every place on Earth has its own version of the blue sky. The blue in Iceland is different from the blue in Brazil. The blue in the Sahara is different from the blue in the Amazon. But they're all blue. They're all part of the same phenomenon, the same beautiful trick of light and air. You could spend a lifetime traveling the world, seeing all the different blues, and never see the same blue twice. The sky is always changing, always new, even when it seems the same. The blue is constant and variable, familiar and surprising. Some days, the blue is so perfect that you want to capture it, to hold on to it. You take a picture, but the picture never quite captures what you saw. The blue on a screen or in a print is flat, lifeless, compared to the blue you saw in person. The blue sky can only really be experienced, not captured. That's part of its gift. The blue can't be held, can't be kept. It's always there, but it's never yours to own. It's generous that way. It gives itself freely, constantly, to anyone who looks up, but it never belongs to anyone. The blue asks nothing of you. It doesn't need your attention, your admiration, your understanding. It would be blue whether you existed or not. But you do exist, and you can see it, and that makes all the difference. That turns physics into poetry, science into art. When you're feeling small or insignificant, remember that you're part of the system that creates the blue sky. Your eyes perceive it, your brain interprets it, your mind appreciates it. Without beings like you, the blue would be just scattered photons with no meaning. You give the blue its significance. You matter. The blue is also a reminder of time. The sun that provides the light left the sun's surface 8 minutes ago. The light has traveled through space for 8 minutes before hitting the atmosphere and scattering to create the blue you see. When you look at the sky, you're seeing the past, even if only by a few minutes. The blue is a time traveler, bringing you news from the sun, and the sun's light itself is ancient. The energy that creates that light was born in the core of the sun hundreds of thousands of years ago. It took that long for the energy to travel from the sun's core to its surface, being absorbed and re-emitted countless times. By the time it left the sun and traveled to Earth, that energy had been on a journey longer than all of human civilization. So, when you see the blue sky, you're seeing the end result of a process that took eons. You're seeing starlight filtered through space and air, scattered into blue by molecules that were forged in ancient stars long before the sun existed. You're seeing deep time made visible, cosmic history painted in color. The blue connects you to the universe. It's made of the same stuff as stars, as planets, as you. The atoms in the air were created in the hearts of dying stars, blown out into space, eventually coalescing into the cloud that became the solar system. The blue sky is made of stardust, and so are you. That's not poetry. That's fact. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen you breathe, all of it was made in stars. The blue sky above and the body below are kin, made of the same ancient materials, connected by deep time and cosmic processes. When you breathe, you're taking in atoms that were once part of stars. When you look at the sky, you're seeing light that left a star 8 minutes ago. You're connected to the cosmos in intimate, immediate ways. The blue sky is one of the ways you can feel that connection without needing a telescope or a laboratory. On quiet nights, when the sun is set and the blue is faded to black, you can see the stars. Those stars are distant suns, each one potentially surrounded by its own planets, its own skies. Maybe somewhere out there, under an alien sky, someone is looking up and wondering the same things you wonder. But we don't know of any other sky quite like Earth's. We don't know of any other planet where the sky is this particular shade of blue. Mars has a pinkish sky. Venus is shrouded in yellowed clouds. The gas giants have no solid surface to stand on and look up from. Earth's blue might be unique in the universe, or it might be common. We don't know yet. But for now, it's yours. The blue sky is a miracle of chemistry and physics. If the atmosphere were thicker, the blue might be deeper, almost purple. If it were thinner, the sky might be darker, even in daylight. If the sun were a different color, a cooler red star or a hotter blue star, the sky might be a different color entirely. Everything had to be just right for the blue to be what it is. And it is just right. The blue is perfect for you. It's bright enough to see by during the day, but not so bright that it's harsh. It's cool, but not cold. It's soothing without being boring. The blue is exactly what you need, even if you never thought about it that way. When children learn about colors, blue is one of the first they learn to name. Maybe that's because the blue sky is so prominent, so constant. Blue means sky. Sky means blue. The connection is deep, primal, part of how humans understand the world. But blue isn't just in the sky. It's in water, in flowers, in butterflies, in eyes. Blue is rare in nature compared to greens and browns, which makes it special. When you see blue in nature, it stands out. It catches your eye. And the biggest blue of all is the sky, the source, the original. The sea often looks blue because it reflects the sky. Deep water absorbs all colors except blue, which is why the ocean looks blue even on cloudy days. But near the surface on calm days, the water mirrors the sky perfectly. The blue above becomes the blue below, and you're suspended between two worlds of blue. Swimming in clear blue water under a blue sky is one of the purest experiences of blueness. You're immersed in it, surrounded by it. The light filters down through the water, blue and wavering, and you're weightless, drifting, held by blue in all directions. Some gemstones are blue, sapphires, aquamarines, turquoise. People prize them, wear them, treasure them. But no gemstone can match the size, the scope, the generosity of the blue sky. The sky is a jewel the size of the world, and it's free for everyone to see. There's a reason blue is associated with calm, with peace, with tranquility. The blue sky is calming. Looking at it slows your heart rate, deepens your breathing. There's science to back this up. Studies that show that seeing blue has physiological effects. The blue is good for you, not just emotionally, but physically. Maybe that's why so many people choose blue for bedrooms, for meditation spaces, for places of rest. They're trying to bring the sky inside to capture a little of that calm, that peace. But the real thing is always better. The blue sky can't be fully captured. It has to be experienced. On days when you feel overwhelmed, when your mind is racing and you can't seem to slow down, go outside. Find a place where you can see the sky. Lie down if you can. Look up at the blue. Don't try to think about it or understand it. Just let it be there. Let it fill your vision. Let the blue do its work. The blue doesn't fix anything. It doesn't solve problems or make difficult things go away. But it gives you space, perspective, a moment to breathe. And sometimes that's enough. Sometimes that's exactly what you need. The blue sky has no edges you can touch, no surface you can feel. It's there and not there at the same time. You can see it, but not hold it. It's one of the most present things in your life, and also one of the most intangible. This paradox is part of what makes it so fascinating. When you were a child, maybe you thought the sky was solid, a dome painted blue. Maybe you thought if you traveled far enough, you could reach the place where the sky touches the ground. But as you grew, you learned that the sky's not a thing, but a process, not a place, but a phenomenon. And maybe that was disappointing at first, but then it became even more wonderful. The blue is made of light and air and distance. And that's more magical than a painted dome could ever be. The blue sky is a lesson in impermanence. It changes constantly. Clouds move across it. The color shifts with the time of day. Weather alters it, and yet is also a lesson in permanence. Despite all the changes, the blue returns. Day after day, year after year, the sky is blue. It's both changing and unchanging, both temporary and eternal. This duality is comforting. It means that change is okay, natural, expected. But it also means that some things endure, some things remain. You can count on the blue, even as you accept that it will shift and change, and sometimes disappear behind clouds. The blue is patient with clouds. It doesn't fight them or resent them. It simply waits. And when the clouds move on, as they always do, the blue is still there, unchanged by its temporary absence. The blue knows how to wait. There's a lesson in that for you too. When things are difficult, when your view is obscured, when you can't see clearly, the blue is still there above it all. Your problems, your worries, your struggles, they're like clouds. They're real, they matter, but they're not permanent. The blue is permanent. The clear sky is always there, even when you can't see it. On long flights, you've probably flown through clouds into clear sky above. You break through the gray, and suddenly it's bright and blue and beautiful. The clouds are below you now, a white landscape stretching to the horizon. And above, the blue is deeper, richer than you usually see from the ground. That moment of breaking through is joyful, a reminder that clear sky is always there above the clouds. Life is like that too. Sometimes you're in the clouds. Everything is gray and unclear. But if you can just rise a little, shift your perspective, you might find the blue waiting above. It's always there. You just have to remember to look up. The blue sky has inspired countless songs, poems, paintings, stories. Artists return to it again and again because it's endlessly variable, endlessly beautiful. No two blue skies are exactly alike, and yet they're all recognizably the same. That combination of familiarity and uniqueness is what artists seek. Musicians write songs about blue skies to express happiness, freedom, hope. Blue skies, nothing but blue skies do I see. The blue becomes a metaphor for a life without troubles, without clouds. It's aspirational, something to wish for, to work toward. But the real blue sky isn't always present. Sometimes it rains, sometimes it's cloudy, sometimes storms rage. And that's okay. That's life. The blue is there, but it's not always visible. And learning to be okay with that is part of wisdom. You can appreciate the blue when it's there, without needing it to be there all the time. There's a balance to find between appreciating beauty and not being dependent on it. The blue sky is beautiful, and you can love it, but you can also be okay on gray days. You can find other things to appreciate, other forms of beauty. The blue teaches you to be present with what is, not always wishing for what isn't. In some cultures, blue is associated with the divine, with heaven, with the realm of gods. And maybe there's something to that. The blue sky is above you, unreachable, vast, eternal. It watches over you without judgment. It covers everyone, sees everything, and remains unchanged by what it sees. That's a kind of godliness, even if you don't believe in gods. The blue is beyond you. It's bigger than you, older than you, will outlast you. And yet, it's also intimate. It's right there, visible, present every day. The blue is transcendent and immediate at the same time. That's a rare combination. When you die someday, the blue sky will still be there. Long after you're gone, the sun will rise, the light will scatter, and the sky will glow blue for people you'll never meet. There's something comforting about that. The blue goes on, life goes on, the world continues, beautiful and blue and constant. But for now, you're here. You can see the blue. You can lie down and stare up at it and feel whatever you feel. And that's a gift. That's a moment of grace. You exist in the same time and place as the blue sky, and you can perceive it and appreciate it and let it fill you with whatever it fills you with. The blue doesn't ask you to be anything other than present. It doesn't require interpretation or understanding. It just asks you to look, to see, to be here now. And in a world that's always asking you to do more, be more, achieve more, that simple invitation to just be is precious. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. Feel your body where it meets the ground, the chair, wherever you're resting. And now, in your mind or with your eyes, if you can, look up. See the blue, real or remembered. Let it fill your inner vision. Let it settle over you like a blanket, cool and soft. The blue sky is always there for you, even on cloudy days, even at night. It's there, just hidden. The atmosphere doesn't disappear when the sun sets. The air is still there, still scattering light, just not the sun's light. At night, the sky is scattering starlight, moonlight, the faint glow of distant galaxies. The blue becomes black, but it's still the same sky, the same air, the same home. When the moon is full and bright, the night sky isn't truly black. It's a deep, dark blue, especially away from city lights. The moonlight, which is really reflected sunlight, scatters through the atmosphere just like direct sunlight does, creating a dim blue glow. It's subtle, easy to miss, but it's there. Even at night, the blue persists. There's a time, just after sunset and just before dawn, called the blue hour. The sun is below the horizon, but its light still reaches the upper atmosphere. The sky glows a deep, rich blue, more saturated than daytime blue, more intense. It's a magical time, a time when the world feels suspended between day and night, held in blue. Photographers love the blue hour. The light is soft even, perfect for capturing images. Everything looks dreamlike, slightly unreal. The blue at that time is special, different from any other blue. It's the blue of transition, of change, of liminality. If you've ever been outside during the blue hour, you know how it feels. The world is quiet. The day is over, but the night hasn't fully begun. The blue sky holds everything in suspension in that in-between space. Time feels slower, softer. You can breathe more deeply. The blue hour doesn't last long, maybe 20 minutes, maybe half an hour, depending on your latitude and the time of year. But while it lasts, it's one of the most beautiful times of day. It's a gift, a brief window of perfect light and perfect blue. As the blue hour fades, stars begin to appear. At first, just the brightest ones, puncturing the blue. Then more and more, until the blue is gone and the night is fully here. But the blue was there, holding space, making way for the stars. The blue is generous even in its leaving. In the morning, the process reverses. The stars fade as the blue grows. The night retreats and the blue advances, gentle and steady. It's a daily miracle, this transformation from night to day, from black to blue to bright. And it happens whether you watch or not, whether you care or not. The blue comes back every single day. Some people are afraid of the dark, but nobody is afraid of the blue sky. The blue is safe, welcoming, open. It's the color of day, of visibility, of clarity. When the blue is there, you can see, you can navigate, you can know where you are. The blue is orientation, direction, home. But the blue is also the color of distance. Mountains in the distance appear blue, even if they're green or brown up close. This is because you're looking through miles of atmosphere, and the scattered blue light tints everything. The blue is a marker of how far away something is. The bluer it is, the farther away. The blue measures distance for you, tells you about depth and space. Artists use this principle, called atmospheric perspective, to create depth in paintings. They make distant objects bluer, hazier, to show that they're far away. They've learned from the blue sky, from the way the atmosphere affects perception. The blue teaches us how to see. The blue is also the color of infinity, or at least that's how it feels. When you look up at a clear blue sky, your eye can find no end to it. It goes on, forever, or at least as far as you can tell. Your mind interprets this as infinite space, and it's both exhilarating and calming. Infinite space means infinite possibility. It means freedom. That sense of infinity is part of why the sky is so powerful. It breaks you out of the small, enclosed spaces of daily life. It reminds you that the world is vast, that there's more out there than what's immediately in front of you. The blue is a window to something larger. Children instinctively understand this. They lie on their backs and stare at the sky and feel that vastness. They haven't yet learned to be afraid of infinity, to find it overwhelming. They just accept it, marvel at it, let it fill them with wonder. Maybe you can remember that feeling, or maybe you can rediscover it now. The blue sky is a companion for anyone who's ever felt lonely. You're never truly alone when you can see the sky. It's there with you, constant and present. It doesn't talk, doesn't respond, but it's there. And that's enough. Sometimes presence is all you need. On days when you feel disconnected from others, from the world, from yourself, the blue sky can be a tether. It's real, undeniably real. You can see it, verify it, count on it. It's a fixed point in a world that often feels uncertain. The blue is certainty without rigidity, constancy without coldness. The blue is also a promise. Every night the sun sets and the blue fades. But you know with absolute certainty that the sun will rise again and the blue will return. It's a promise the earth makes to you every single day and never breaks. The blue will come back. The light will return. Day will dawn again. That promise is worth holding on to in dark times. When things feel hopeless, when you can't see a way forward, remember that the sun always rises, the blue always returns. Night never lasts forever. It's a simple fact of astronomy, but it's also a metaphor for resilience, for endurance, for hope. The blue sky doesn't care about your problems, and there's something freeing in that. Your worries, your fears, your doubts. The sky is indifferent to all of it. It's not cruel indifference, just neutral. The sky is above all that, literally and figuratively. And sometimes, being reminded that the universe is bigger than your problems helps put them in perspective. Your problems are real, they matter. But they're also small compared to the blue sky, compared to the turning of the earth, compared to the 4.5 billion years this planet has been here. That doesn't make your problems less important to you, but it can make them feel less overwhelming. You're part of something bigger. The blue sky is a reminder that you're part of the natural world, not separate from it. You live on a planet, under an atmosphere, lit by a star. Those are the basic facts of your existence, more fundamental than your job, your relationships, your identity. The blue connects you to those basic facts. When you breathe, you're participating in the same atmosphere that creates the blue sky. The air you pull into your lungs is the air that makes the sky glow. You're intimately connected to the blue, whether you think about it or not. Every breath is a connection to the sky, and the oxygen you breathe was created by plants, by trees and algae and phytoplankton using sunlight. The same sunlight that creates the blue sky also creates the oxygen you need to live. The sun, the sky, the air, the plants, and you, all connected in a cycle, a web, a system. The blue is part of that system, and so are you. This interconnectedness is worth contemplating. You're not separate from nature, observing it from outside. You're part of it, embedded in it, made of it. The blue sky is your sky. The air is your air. The planet is your planet. You belong here under this blue. Sometimes people feel alienated from nature, especially if they live in cities surrounded by concrete and steel. But the blue sky is still there, even in cities. It's a piece of nature that can't be built over, can't be paved, can't be walled off. No matter where you are, if you can see the sky, you can see nature. You can connect to something wild and free. The blue is wild in a sense. It's not controlled or managed or designed. It just is, a natural phenomenon following the laws of physics without intention or purpose. The blue is what happens when light meets air, nothing more, nothing less. And that simplicity is part of its beauty. Humans have tried to recreate the blue sky indoors, in buildings, in rooms. They paint ceilings blue, install LED lights that mimic daylight, create artificial skies, but it's never quite the same. The real blue has a quality that can't be replicated, a depth and a realness that comes from actually being out there, being real. That's because the blue isn't just a color, it's an experience. It's the feel of the air on your skin, the warmth of the sun, the vastness of space above you. It's the knowledge that you're outside, under the sky, part of the world. You can't get that from a painted ceiling, so when you can, go outside, even for a few minutes. Look up, see the real blue. Let it remind you that you're alive, that you're here, that you're part of something ancient and ongoing and beautiful. The blue doesn't require anything of you. You don't have to be good enough or smart enough or successful enough to see the blue. It's there for everyone, no exceptions, no conditions. The blue is radically inclusive, radically generous. That's a rare thing in life. Something beautiful that's freely available to everyone. Most beautiful things are scarce, expensive, hard to access. But the blue sky is abundant. It's everywhere. It costs nothing. It's a gift that keeps on giving, day after day, year after year. When you feel like you don't have enough, like you're lacking something essential, look up. You have the blue sky. You have the sun, the light, the air. You have the fundamental things, the things that matter most. Everything else is extra. That's not to diminish your struggles or your needs. You need food, shelter, love, connection, purpose. Those things matter. But the blue sky is a reminder of what's already given, what's already yours, what can't be taken away. The blue is your birthright. In mythology, the sky is often the realm of gods, of divine beings who watch over the earth. Zeus, Odin, countless others, they live in the sky, above the concerns of mortals. And maybe that's because the sky feels sacred, feels like it must be the home of something greater than us. Whether or not you believe in gods, the blue sky has a quality of the numinous, the transcendent. It's bigger than you, beyond you, and yet intimate and close. That combination is what humans often describe as spiritual or sacred. The blue invites reverence without demanding it. You can have a spiritual relationship with the blue sky without any religious framework. You can simply appreciate it, be grateful for it, feel connected to it. That's enough. The blue doesn't need you to worship it. It just needs you to see it, to acknowledge it, to let it be part of your life. Some people pray to the sky or through the sky to whatever they believe is beyond it. They look up when they're seeking answers, seeking help, seeking connection to something greater. The blue is a conduit, a pathway, a direction to send your hopes and prayers. Others find meditation in the blue. They practice mindfulness by observing the sky, by being fully present with it, by letting thoughts drift away like clouds. The blue is a perfect focus for meditation because it's always changing and always the same, because it's simple and complex, because it's right here and also infinite. You don't need any special practice or belief to find peace in the blue sky. Just looking up, just being with it, just allowing yourself to receive what it offers, that's enough. The blue is accessible to everyone, regardless of belief or background or practice. The blue sky has witnessed all of human history. It's seen civilizations rise and fall. It's seen wars and peace, joy and suffering, creation and destruction. It's been there for all of it, unchanging in its essential nature, even as everything beneath it changes. The blue will be there after you're gone. Your children will see this blue, and their children, and their children's children. The blue connects you to past and future, to everyone who has ever lived and everyone who will ever live. You're part of a chain of humans looking up at the same blue sky, feeling something similar, connected across time. That's a profound thought. Somewhere, sometime in the past, someone stood where you're standing now and looked at the same blue. And sometime in the future, someone will stand here again and see the same blue. You're part of that chain, that continuity. You're connected to people you'll never meet across vast gulfs of time by the simple act of looking up. The blue is a bridge across time and space. It connects you to ancient peoples who didn't understand why the sky was blue, but loved it anyway. It connects you to future peoples who will understand the blue in ways you can't imagine, but will still love it. The blue is timeless. In a world that often feels fragmented, divided, disconnected, the blue sky is a unifying force. It's the same for everyone. It doesn't matter where you're from, what language you speak, what you believe. The blue sky is yours just as much as it's anyone else's. That's a powerful form of equality. If we could remember that more often, remember that we all live under the same sky, maybe we'd treat each other differently. Maybe we'd find it easier to see our common humanity, our shared home. The blue is a reminder that we're all in this together, all inhabitants of the same small planet, all beneficiaries of the same atmosphere. The blue sky is also a reminder of fragility. The atmosphere is thin, delicate. From space, it looks like a wispy shell, barely there, and yet it's everything. Without it, there would be no blue, no air, no life. The blue is a visible sign of the atmosphere that sustains you, and it reminds you to take care of it. When you see smog or pollution dimming the blue, it's a call to action. The blue is being obscured, hidden, damaged. That matters. The blue isn't just pretty, it's a sign of health, of clean air, of a functioning ecosystem. Protecting the blue means protecting the air you breathe, the world you live in. But even damaged, even dimmed by pollution, the blue is still there. It's resilient. Clean the air, and the blue returns. The blue wants to be seen. It wants to shine through. It's always there, waiting for us to let it be itself again. The blue sky is patient with humanity. We've done a lot of damage, put a lot of junk into the atmosphere, but the blue persists. It's still there, still beautiful, still offering itself to us. The blue is forgiving, in a way. It doesn't hold grudges. It just is. As you breathe now, as you rest, think about the air moving in and out of your lungs. That air has been part of the blue sky. Those molecules have scattered light, have been part of creating that color you love. And now they're inside you, keeping you alive. You're breathing the sky. That's not a metaphor, it's literal. The sky is not somewhere else, not separate from you. It's touching you, all around you, inside you with every breath. You're immersed in the sky, part of it, inseparable from it. The boundary between you and the sky is an illusion. You're continuous with it. When you realize that, really understand it, the blue sky becomes even more intimate. It's not just something you look at, it's something you're part of, something you're in relationship with. Every breath is an exchange with the sky, a giving and receiving. The blue sky is your partner in life. Although you probably never thought of it that way, it's always there, supporting you, providing what you need, asking nothing in return. That's a pretty good partner. Maybe it's worth acknowledging, worth being grateful for. Gratitude for the blue sky might seem silly at first. You didn't do anything to earn it, and it doesn't do anything in response to your gratitude. But gratitude isn't about transaction. It's about recognition, about acknowledging the gifts you've been given. And the blue sky is a gift, maybe the biggest one you've ever received. You could live your whole life without ever really seeing the blue sky, without ever appreciating it. Many people do. They're too busy, too distracted, too focused on other things. And that's okay. The blue doesn't judge. But if you can pause, if you can notice, If you can let yourself be moved by the blue, your life will be richer for it. Beauty matters. It's not frivolous or unimportant. Beauty feeds something in you, nourishes something essential. And the blue sky is one of the most accessible forms of beauty there is. You don't need money or education or connections to see it. You just need to look up. The blue sky is democratic beauty. It's beauty for everyone. Beauty that can't be monopolized or commodified or controlled. In a world where so much is owned, claimed, sold, the blue sky remains free. That's radical. That's powerful. That's worth celebrating. Some people spend their lives seeking beauty, creating beauty, surrounding themselves with beauty, and that's wonderful. But even the simplest life, the hardest life, has the blue sky. No one can take that away. No matter what else is happening, the blue is there. That's a form of wealth that doesn't show up in bank accounts or paychecks. It's the wealth of living on a beautiful planet, under a beautiful sky. It's the wealth of being alive, of being able to see, of being here now. And it's available to you every single day. The blue sky doesn't solve problems. It doesn't pay bills or heal diseases or fix what's broken. But it offers something else, a moment of peace, a breath of beauty, a reminder of what endures. And sometimes that's exactly what you need. When everything else is uncertain, the blue is certain. When everything else is changing, the blue is constant. When everything else is complicated, the blue is simple. The blue is a refuge, a resting place, a home. And home is where we end this story, under the blue sky that's been home to all of humanity, all of life on earth, for as long as there have been eyes to see it. The blue is your home, even if you never thought of it that way. You live under it, within it, because of it. So let yourself rest now. Let the blue sky, real or remembered, settle over you. Let it hold you gently, the way it's been holding you all your life, without you even noticing. Let yourself be cradled by the blue. Feel your breath, slow and steady. The air moving in, moving out. The same air that makes the sky blue. You and the sky, breathing together, connected in the most intimate way. Let your eyes close if they want to. The blue is still there, even when you can't see it. It's always there, patient and constant, waiting for you whenever you want to look up again. The blue sky asks nothing and gives everything. It's been giving since before you were born and will keep giving long after you're gone. Right now, in this moment, it's giving light and color and space and breath. You're part of something vast. You're held by something ancient. You're home under the blue sky, and you always have been, and you always will be, for as long as you're here. Let that be enough for now. Let the blue be enough. Let the simple fact of the sky, the air, the light be enough. Breathe in, the sky comes into you. Breathe out, you return to the sky. In and out, sky and self, self and sky. Connected, continuous, whole. The blue holds you. You're safe under this vast canopy of light and air. You're part of the world, part of the system, part of the beauty. And the beauty is not separate from you. You are the beauty too. You're made of stardust and sunlight, of atoms forged in dying stars, of molecules that scatter light. You're part of the blue in your own way. When you look at the sky looks back through your eyes. The universe is observing itself through you. The blue is seeing itself through your perception. You complete the blue by witnessing it. That's a partnership, a collaboration. The universe provides the raw materials, light, air, space, and you provide the awareness, the appreciation, the meaning. Together, you and the universe create the experience of the blue sky, and that experience is unique to you. No one else sees the blue exactly the way you do. Your eyes, your brain, your history, your mood, all of it shapes how you perceive the blue. The blue you see is yours alone, even though it's also shared by everyone. That's beautiful. You have your own personal relationship with the blue sky. It's been with you your whole life. It's seen you change and grow. It's been there on your best days and your worst days. The blue is a witness to your life, a silent companion. Maybe you never thought about it that way before. Maybe the blue was just background, just scenery. But it's more than that. It's presence. It's company. It's a constant in a world of variables. And now, as you rest, as you let yourself sink deeper into relaxation, you can let the blue sink deeper into you. Let it fill you, not just your vision, but your whole being. Let the blue become part of you. Or rather, let yourself remember that you've always been part of the blue. There's no separation, really. The air you breathe is the atmosphere. The light that reaches your eyes has been scattered by that atmosphere. The warmth you feel is from the sun that creates the blue. You're woven into the same system that creates the sky. You're not under the blue sky. You're in it. You're of it. You're a part of the blue. And the blue is part of you now, in this moment, in this stillness. It's part of your breath, your awareness, your peace. Let yourself be blue for a moment. Not sad blue, but sky blue. Vast and calm and endless, open and clear and free. You are the sky, and the sky is you, not separate, not different. One system, one world, one breath, in and out, light and air, self and sky, all one. The blue holds you. You hold the blue, holding and being held, seeing and being seen, breathing and being breathed. Rest here. Rest in the blue. Rest as the blue. There's nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. Just this, just the blue, just the breath, just the soft, endless, gentle blue. Time slows down when you really look at the blue sky. Minutes stretch. The world's urgency fades. There's just you and the blue and the slow turn of the earth beneath you. The earth is always turning, always spinning, carrying you with it, but you don't feel it. You feel still, grounded, at rest. The blue sky is your reference point, appearing motionless even though both you and it are hurtling through space. The Earth spins at about 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. It orbits the Sun at about 67,000 miles per hour. The Sun itself is moving through the galaxy at over 500,000 miles per hour. And the galaxy is moving through the universe at speeds almost too large to comprehend. You're moving incredibly fast, and yet, lying here, looking at the blue sky, you feel perfectly still. The blue gives you the illusion of stillness, and it's a gift. You need stillness. You need to feel at rest, even if you're really in constant motion. The blue sky is a paradox in that way. It's moving. The air is always moving. The light is always traveling, but it appears still. It seems eternal, unchanging, when in fact, it's constantly being created and destroyed and created again, moment by moment. But paradoxes don't bother the blue. It's comfortable with contradiction, with being many things at once. The blue is simple and complex, still and moving, constant and changing. It contains multitudes. Maybe you can be like that too. Maybe you can hold contradictions, be many things at once. Maybe you can be still and moving, changing and constant, just like the blue sky. The blue teaches flexibility without teaching anything at all. It's just there, being itself. And by being itself so completely, it shows you possibilities. It shows you what it means to be fully present, fully realized, without trying. The blue isn't trying to be blue. It's not working at it, striving for it. It's just blue, naturally, effortlessly. The blue is what happens when things are as they should be, when systems function as designed, when nature does what nature does. You could learn something from that. Not to try so hard, not to force, not to strain, just to be what you are, as fully as you can, and trust that that's enough. The blue doesn't doubt itself. It doesn't wonder if it's blue enough, if it's the right shade of blue, if other skies are bluer. It's just blue, completely and without reservation. It's committed to being itself. What would it be like to live like that? To be so fully yourself that you don't even question it? To simply be, without doubt or hesitation or comparison. The blue sky suggests it's possible. Not easy, perhaps, but possible. To exist with that kind of confidence, that kind of presence, that kind of complete self-acceptance. The blue accepts itself, and the blue accepts you. It doesn't judge you. It doesn't care if you're smart or foolish, successful or struggling, happy or sad. It's just there, blue and vast and available for you, for everyone. That acceptance is healing. To be seen without judgment, to exist without having to prove yourself, to simply be allowed to be. That's what the blue sky offers. You don't have to earn the right to see the blue sky. You don't have to be good enough or worthy enough. You just have to exist, have eyes, look up. That's all. The blue asks nothing more. And maybe that's the final gift of the blue sky. Not just beauty, not just calm, not just constancy, but acceptance. Total, complete, unconditional acceptance. You're here. You exist. The blue sky is here for you. That's the whole story. That's the whole truth. You belong here, under this sky, on this planet, in this universe. You belong because you're here. There's no other qualification needed. The blue sky proves it every day. It shows up for you, whether you notice or not. It covers you, protects you, gives you air to breathe and light to see by. It does all of this without asking for anything, without needing you to be anything other than what you are. So breathe now, slowly, deeply. Feel the air, the sky, enter your lungs. Feel it leave again, you and the sky, exchanging breath, exchanging life. The blue is with you. It always has been. From your first breath to this one, the blue has been there, constant and true. And it will be there tomorrow. When you wake, when you step outside, when you look up, the blue will be waiting, patient and kind, vast and gentle, offering itself to you again. You can count on the blue. In a world of uncertainty, the blue is certain. In a world of change, the blue is constant. In a world of complexity, the blue is simple, just light, just air, just blue. That's enough. That's everything. Let yourself rest in that knowledge. Let yourself be held by the blue, by the sky, by the atmosphere that's kept you alive every moment of your life. You're safe here, you're home. The blue sky is your shelter, your companion, your constant friend. And now, as this story comes to its gentle end, you can carry the blue with you. Close your eyes, and it's still there. Sleep, and it's still there. Dream, and it's still there. The blue doesn't leave you. You're always under the blue, always part of it, always home. So rest now. Let go. Let the blue hold you as you drift toward sleep. The sky is blue because light knows how to dance with air. And you're here now to witness that dance. What a gift. What a simple, profound, beautiful gift. The blue sky, your sky, always. Rest well under the endless blue. Let it fill your dreams with light and space and peace. Good night.
Bye bye.